Hi there. So many of the times what happens is that you as a developer want to get a bunch of text at once from the user. Something like the user profile description or writing an essay or something like that. Right. So in that case, we can definitely use the input element which we are currently using to capture the data, but a better approach will be to use the text area element in HTML. So let's learn about that. Okay, just I am getting rid of this comment, and also I will just comment out this range input because I do not need it anymore. So just going to the browser, as you can see here, and what I want to do, I want to create another like a field where the user can input their description, right? So we can do that. To do that, we will use the text area. So text area, and by default VS Code is auto completing, so I can do like user or the something like description. Okay, this is the text area for grabbing the user description, and the ID can be description as well. And one thing which I want to tell you here is that the input element was the self closing element, but the text area element is not. It has the opening and the closing tags. Okay, so if I just save it here and go to the browser, so here is our text area, and here if you can see that we can resize that as well by grabbing this. Okay, which is awesome. But now this text area is not that much looking good, right? So let's add a label. So before that, so label for description, as you have already learned, like this ID has to be this, right? And I can do user description. Okay, and if you want to set up some sort of like default value here, you can set it up. If I do something like lorem and save, like it, this lorem text is basically inside of this text area input. Okay, so if I just do save, and for some reason the formatting is not that much good, let me just do something like this and just grab it here and do, yeah. Okay, why this formatting is a little bit off, I have no idea, but just I will just format it a little bit. Okay, so okay, now it is good. Okay, so if I go to the browser here, so as you can see, here is our text, this lorem ipsum text, which we have there like set up inside of the text area element. And when I click on this, like the label is working fine as usual, as it works with the input element, and we can resize that as well. By default the size is not that much big, as you have seen. So let me just go to the code editor and just delete everything, this text. Okay, to set up the size, what I can do here inside of this text area element, there are some attributes, which is the row and the calls, which we can set. So I do set the rows, and let's set like 50, and calls, let's set 50 as well. So if I just save that and go here, okay, this is a very big like the text area, but as you can see, you get the point. So by setting up the row and the calls, you can set up the text area like the size. Okay, here again we can resize that as usual, and also let's reduce that to 10, and calls to 20, not 200, 20. So now what I can do, I can give it a name as well, which is the description. And again, this will work exactly as the like the input element. So we will get the URL parameter where we will get the data what user have entered inside of the text area, which is here. So awesome. So this is basically the text area element in HTML, and it is used when we want to grab a good amount of data and we want to provide a good experience for the user. Okay,